These days, the Duchess of Cambridge, 39, and the Duchess of Sussex, 40, have largely separate lives. Kate and Prince William live in Kensington Palace with their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Meanwhile, Meghan and Prince Harry have settled in Montecito, California with their 2 children, Archie Harrison and Lilibet Diana, after stepping down as senior royals last year. Although the 2 couples are geographically separated today, they previously attended public engagements together and were sometimes dubbed the Fab Four trademark by the press. A new documentary series has taken a behind-the-scenes look at the narratives that have developed around the Cambridges and the Sussexes in the media. The programme is presented by the BBC TMS media editor and Radio 4 host Amol Rajan. In episode 1, he speaks to Daily Mail columnist Amanda Platell about her royal commentary on Kate and Meghan. He asks her why she wrote her December 2017 column, "Can Kate Cope with Meghan Mania?" Trademark, she said, Kate never had crowds screaming at her. "I remember one of Meghan's first events was done at Brixton at a radio station. It was like a rock star had arrived, and wouldn't TMTU just be a little bit human to think, what about me?" Trademark Ms Platell referred to the Sussexes trademark January 2018 visit to the Reprezent 107.3 FM radio station in Brixton, South London. Meghan and Harry TMS appearance was their first public engagement of the year and only their second together as a couple. The pair, who were newly engaged at the time, were greeted with a rapturous reception by the crowds gathered outside the radio station. They were later seen chatting to youth workers, volunteers and people working at Reprezent. Mr. Rajan also questioned Ms Platell about comparing Meghan and Kate, asking why, when one of them is up in terms of perceived popularity, the other must be down. She replied, "Perhaps it TMS just human nature. Some of the narratives about public figures reflect what goes on in people TMS real lives." Meghan and Harry, who tied the knot in 2018, announced last year that they were stepping down as senior members of the royal family. The Sussexes' trademark popularity has been on a downward trajectory this year, according to research company YouGov. The research was based on the responses of 1,667 adults across the UK from August 27 to 29. The Princes and the Press trademark is available on BBC iPlayer. Last year, the Duke of Sussex left the UK with his wife Meghan Markle in order to pursue a life of privacy and newfound freedom. For decades he had become a fixture of the media and public's attention, regularly making headlines and front pages. There was a brief interlude following the death of his mother Diana, Princess of Wales, where he and his brother, Prince William, were left alone. It enabled the boys to achieve a relatively unbothered few years in education. But things soon changed. As the pair entered adulthood, the intensity of the coverage resumed, and Harry and William once again found themselves the subject of newspaper stories. However, Harry appeared to be featured more regularly than William. In 2004, Harry met the Zimbabwean native Chelsea Davy while she was a boarder at Stowe School. Their relationship would follow an on-off course until finally ending in 2011. Chelsea was subject to intense media scrutiny while she was dating Harry, something that was explored during the BBC's new 2-part series, The Princes and the Press. The programme's presenter, Amol Rajan, sat down with a private investigator, Gavin Burrows, who claims he was previously employed by the now-defunct News of the World newspaper to delve into Harry's personal life, including his chapter with Chelsea. Asked why he was so interested in Harry's life, Mr. Burrows claimed, "Well, it's not a case of me being interested, it was a case of the editors making it very clear that you put Prince William on the front of the newspaper and he doesn't sell as many copies as Prince Harry. So Harry had become, as explained to me by a couple of editors, the new Diana. They were much more interested in Harry than William. He didn't really get up to much, he didn't do much. He wasn't much of a subject for a tabloid newspaper, there was nothing there until he met Kate." Mr. Rajan asked whether Harry's relationship with Chelsea opened up a new lucrative avenue, to which Mr. Burrows replied, "Very much so." The broadcaster then asked whether Chelsea's life became an object of obsession for the investigators and their employers. In his reply, Mr. Burrows claimed, yes, medical records, had she had an abortion, sexual diseases, ex-boyfriends, vet them, check them, education. A witness in ongoing legal cases against the News of the World and The Sun, Mr. Burrows claimed phone hacking was used to obtain information about Chelsea. His claims are yet to be tested in court and are strongly disputed. Asked what he would say to Ms. Davy if she were in front of him then and there, he said, "Oh, that I'm very sorry, because my actions were ruthless and I'm not making excuses, but they were ruthless because I was greedy and because I was into my cocaine, and I was living in a fake state of grandeur." He continued, "The media was ruthless. They absolutely have got no morals. Don't miss Chelsea ultimately announced her split with Harry, in a Facebook post. Despite their turbulent relationship, many have noted that the pair enjoyed many happy years and remained friends after, with Chelsea even going to his wedding to Kate." Speaking during the 2011 documentary, William and Kate Into the Future, royal author Richard Kay noted that Chelsea was Harry's real love match. Explaining that there's appeared to be a relationship of passion, Mr. Kay said, "It's a real love match, there's no doubt about it. There's great passion between the two of them when they're together. The tension is visible, there's electricity, there's sparks flying everywhere. You can tell, though, they have a very volatile relationship, tremendous shouting matches, screaming rows, but then they get back together again. I would say that of all the royal romances currently going on, theirs was the real true thing, it's the real deal." After the split, Chelsea admitted to the struggles she felt with the pressure of dating a royal. She soon headed back to Zimbabwe. Talking to the Daily Mail about their relationship in 2016, she said, "It was so full-on, crazy and scary and uncomfortable. I found it very difficult when it was bad. I couldn't cope. I was trying to be a normal kid and it was horrible." The Princes and the Press is available on iPlayer. Daniela Elsa has suggested Meghan's name being announced before her husband's at a recent public engagement, and the fact the Duchess is doing more and more without her husband, proves that what was once a buy one get one free pairing is now exclusively Meghan taking control. In an article for news.com.au, Ms. Elsa said, having been unapologetically upfront about his feelings about the press and life in the spotlight, the thought of melting a tad into the background to focus on his career, family, and looking to the family TMS now worldwide famous hens would be quite reasonable. However, that doesn't change the fact that Team Sussex appears to be morphing into Team Meghan. She added, Harry appears to be disappearing from view. Speaking to the US presenter, she said, someone told Harry and I that when you have one kid it's a hobby, and 2 children is parenting. Suddenly we realized, oh right, everyone talks about what it's like for the second child, but no one talks about the adjustment for the first child when the second one comes along. I think they have that moment of, oh, this is fun, oh, this is how it is now. She also took part in a series of pranks in front of unsuspecting market stall vendors. The Duchess used a hidden earpiece to take instructions from Ms. DeGeneres, including singing a made-up song I'm a Kitten, Meow, 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 while wearing leopard print cat ears. She told one vendor selling hot sauce, let mummy taste some, adding, my boo loves hot sauce. One critic wrote on Twitter, now is definitely the time to strip Meghan of her royal title on the grounds that she is not acting appropriately in public to carry the title that represents the royal family. While another said, Meghan Markle is using her royal title and making a mockery of British royalty. However, others supported the royals' appearance on the show. Emily Andrews, a royal journalist and commentator, said Meghan's behavior was so royal on the show, as she used the television slot to highlight charitable work and put the limelight and spotlight on ordinary people. The 40-year-old royal has recently been campaigning for paid parental leave, writing a controversial letter to Congress lobbying them for the policy. Meanwhile, the Queen has been praised for her strength and statesmanship for pushing on despite her health issues. Speaking about her decision not to retire, columnist and former Spiked editor Brendan O.T.M. Neal said that the Queen has a very rare sense of duty and loyalty. Speaking to Australian Sky News, he said, "The Queen's 95 and she is already back at work. When no one in the world would blame her for finally retiring." He also compared the Queen with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, hitting out at the couple who he claimed flounced off to America. The commentator said, "She does have a sense of duty, she probably will keep going to the very end. That's very rare these days, as we've seen from Prince Harry, who's flounced off to America, because he was treated allegedly unfairly by some members of the royal family. It's very rare, that sense of duty, but the Queen definitely has it."